mixing the Sheffield Canal and the five weirs, and starting off at Victoria Quays in the centre of Sheffield. The canal was initially built for the import of coal and export of steel from the city. And when it was opened on the 22nd of February 1819, a general holiday was called, and crowds of spectators, reportedly 60,000, gathered to watch the first boats. A flotilla of 10 arrived from Tinsley. Within the flotilla was one barge of coal brought from Handsworth Colliery, the first cargo to travel the canal.
I saw it last night and they were saying that circular route there is 9 miles. So you go down the canal,
yeah,
Meadow Hall,
yeah,
and you end up at the five weirs. This is the start of a walk that we're going to do today. We couldn't have picked a better day for it. It's the canal walk we're going to do. We could do a circular walk down the canal 4 miles and 4 miles back through the five weirs, but we'll see how we go when we get to Meadow Hall. But this is the start of it, through here at Victoria Quays. It's hard to imagine that this is the first time I've ever been down here. Lived in Sheffield all my life, and down at Victoria Quays. And this is my first visit, and how lucky I am to be visiting on a day like today. Really pleasant. The various shops that are around here, century queues, snooker queues, and we're going to go across the other side, celebrating 200 years of Canal and River Trust. We're crossing over the bridge and heading down the opposite side. It's a good job I've got Keith with me, who knows where he's going. It's like I say, it's my first time. We're heading down here, North Quay car park, towing path via Blast Lane. Spot on, that's going to be a reference to some snooker, isn't it? It looks like that. Well, do they do canal cruises on that or something?
We've done that twice at Christmas. They had Father Christmas. If you stop it, you come down the side of a back near a bridge, and all the kids get presents, and you can sit there drinking mulled wine and other sorts of beverages. It's very civilised.
I think I've been missing out on this.
Yes, is it?
Yeah.
That's a modern thing, isn't it?
And this looks like the local shipyard for restoring, but there's a lot of work needed on that one. But these look as though they've been refurbished.
Yeah.
Relatively new plate.
Whether they're going to get a proper paint job, that's a bit boring. You know, could be all gold.
I hope it's just undercoat, that one. But the Cadman Bridge, erected 1819.
Right.
Yeah.
Might have been a small one.
Sheffield Tinsley Canal Midland Railway Bridge, erected in AD 1870. And that's bridge number 4. Like we're saying, we must have just missed 1 and 2 somewhere.
That thing with the crow and that man who got African crows.
Yeah, it's the artist. Yeah.
I think of Affix.
And this is depicting Stanage Edge. Made by Martin and Co. What's he making apart from a load of skeletons? Sculptures. So we've reached bridge number 6, which is Bacon Lane Bridge, 1819.
They all seem to have been built around the same time so far, 1810, whatever it was.
Yeah. No, that's a moorhen. It's the only aquatic bird that doesn't have webbed feet.
What, that?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's just not.
What?
I presume it's still in the process of evolution and developing webbed feet, I guess. It'll not happen in my lifetime. Some of this artwork's quite impressive. These have not been signed, have they? We're now coming up to date at Pinfall Bridge, 1926. I wonder when the last bridge was built.
Yeah.
So the earliest one, Ladies Bridge. This is a modern day footbridge going across, which probably goes to the. Does it tell you just there?
Yeah, Supertramp. Bridge 7B. So that one must have had a sign and we didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, Supertram stop it's going to go to that, I think, isn't it? This is where the canal seems to open up a little bit for some reason. Obviously in the past it's been some kind of dock, but you see the Supertram above there passing through back from Meadow Hall to the town centre. That's looking back at the path that we just came down. You can see the bridges in the distance there. We just gone past bridge number 7C, and that one we're looking at bang in front of us is what looks to be rail track. The train going down to Meadow Hall. This is another open area that we've come across. Obviously in the past that's been there for docking of boats, and we're seeing quite a number of fish leaping out of the water today, small ones. And talking to a fisherman that was down there that we just walked past, and he said it's good for roach and tench, carp. This is a nice little bridge, Brown Bailey Bridge, and from my memory as a child, the Brown Baileys was a very well known steelworks in Sheffield, where when I was doing my apprenticeship, some of my school friends and colleagues, they did their apprenticeship at Brown Baileys. And this one was erected when? In 1993. So we're really coming up to date now with the bridge. It's obviously a footbridge going across, but a modern bridge number 11, and this is Pothouse Bridge, erected in 1930. And I guess the steelwork structure was probably rolled here in Sheffield, although I'm not sure where that we rolled sections, or who rolled sections in Sheffield. But that's what that's to a point now. We're open at the side of the Sheffield Arena, but to go to Tinsley you now have to cross over the bridge which is behind me and get to the other side. That's what the sign says anyway. Possibly see the fishermen down there. First time, that's only the third, fourth fishermen that we've seen on this journey. And just in front of us here is you can see the rooftop of the Sheffield Arena, place I'll be visiting next week for my second. This is the bridge, that one down there, that's heading towards Tinsley. And Sheffield city centre's over in that direction where we've just come from. And that is the Sheffield Arena in front of us. And we'll now go down the other side, the towpath that you can see down there in front of us on the left hand side of the canal now. We'll swap over. Some kind of mechanical gate that's on the end there, obviously not been used for many years. But what the function of that is, not really know. But it's got a mechanism on there that would open and close a gate. There was possibly one just there at one time, the post sticking out the water. This is the Tinsley flight, and the first lock that we've come across. I thought there would have been more, but no. This is I don't know how many locks there are in total to get down to Tinsley, but this is the first one. And how that operates, not entirely sure. I guess you've got to lift that and flood the lock. Yes, having watched some video on YouTube, this is I think what they call Tinsley Marina, where you can moor your boats and venture out from here. Little long boats moored up there, and the Canada geese in front of us are making use of the area as well. For us now, it's we're heading down. We're not far off, can't be far off Meadow Hall, and then the decision will be made as to whether we do the 5 Weirs walk and walk back into the centre of Sheffield, or this is what they're calling Tinsley number 2 lock, and down into a smaller marina just here in somebody's back garden. Looks like that boat there, it's got some origins in Wales with the name of it, Montgomery. Not quite sure how to pronounce the second name. Registered at Watford. So been a few places. That third lock, and what's nice to see, pleasant surprise down here, is very little litter pollution, which makes a change, because on walks that I've been going on recently, the amount of litter that you see at the roadside is appalling, absolutely appalling. But around here there is some, but not a lot, which is pleasing. But I have seen 1 or 2 people, they are patrolling the area and taking care of things, and obviously cleaning things up as they go along, and nice to see. Pity they don't educate the people not to drop it in the first place. That's what's new. That's bridge number 14. I presume it's got a name, but I don't know what it is. And we're now locks 7 and 8. And they're all in quite quick succession, so it must take some navigating, take some time to pass through these gates if you've got your long boat, your barge. And I guess that'll be bridge number 15 in front of us there, that looks pretty much disused, overgrown. This is now the 8th lock, and not quite sure whether this is part of the Tinsley flight, but we're at Tinsley now. And motorway, no doubt we'll see in a moment, is over the other side, the M1, going across the Tinsley Viaduct. And I think this is probably the last of the locks when we go underneath this bridge. This is Sheffield Road Bridge, bridge number 18, built in 1948.
Drop the length of the canal down so the railway bridge could go over, because otherwise it would be in water.
So the Tinsley flight is still 7 locks?
No, it's 12.
Oh, so carrying on, it's all called the Tinsley flight?
Yeah, this is all the Tinsley flight. You go down to lock 12.
So how far away is lock 12 then?
I'll say 20-minute walk.
Alright.
So it's quite nice down there. Then it goes, because you can walk all the way to Rotherham. So it goes, there's tarmac now all the way to Rotherham. So it's not so muddy. Where have you come from?
Oh, Sheffield.
Centre of Sheffield.
Centre, so
Yeah.
Victoria
We've
Keys.
walked from Canal
Yeah.
Station,
Yeah. First time for me that I've ever done it. I've lived in Sheffield all my life and just discovered this.
So in the actual compressed
I've-
slide, there's 7
I've
locks
missed
in.
out.
Well, there's 8 locks in total between the canal bit and it.
Yeah, so basically as well, so you get a lock, and this stretch of water between the locks is called a pound of water.
Oh.
So they just get, don't ask me why they're called that, but they just get longer, and then you go down, then you've got the flights that are a bit closer together, then it goes on to the South Navigation. And the South Navigation is where the Don was being dug deep enough for shipping, and then it splits off, comes back together again, splits off. So it's all fed there.
So from here, going down to Don, can you get down of Doncaster? Can you get down to Lincoln?
You can go to Gould, you can go out to the sea, you can go over to Manchester, you can go anywhere from there because it just basically all starts linking up there. So if you had a boat in Sheffield, off you go. So,
Thank you very much.
but I can't believe this is the first time down.
No, I can't.
I work with all the volunteers, so I do all this stuff. Basically, this is a meadow area we've created here.
Yeah.
So what I want to do along the canal is create more pockets of more biodiversity for insects and everything.
We were surprised we hadn't seen more ducks and general waterfowl.
There's a few, yeah, but
We've seen some, but I thought we might have seen more.
yeah, I mean, you do see kingfishers on here, herons.
Yeah.
I've seen a kingfisher. I've been looking out for one, but I haven't seen
Yeah,
one.
there's a few. Funny enough, I seem to see them more in the winter. I don't know if it's because it's drab and the colour just sort of.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a few kingfishers on here. But yeah, no, I'm just looking down here because we're going to be doing a work party on Saturday. We're just going to clear some more now down the end because last year with COVID we didn't get so much time to do stuff. So
I would say to my mate, when we came down last time with wife and grandkids, there were some people on paddleboards, volunteers,
yeah,
getting rubbish out.
passive patrol.
Yeah,
We're doing that. We're at Tinsley at Lock 1. That's the start of the flight. We've got a canoe hub there. So basically, it's going to be canoe and paddle boards, and that's going to be for community groups, general public, to give them a chance to go on the water for nothing. So we're going to sort of some of it could be just a well-being canoe. Some of it will be plastic patrol, getting the litter out of the water. And then some of it will be, we've got like Himalayan balsam, which is an invasive species, so we can get to places you can't pull that out, because as soon as that gets going, like Japanese knotweed, just stops everything else. But yeah, it's most people, you'd be amazed, you'd just go, canal, and they'd be like, huh?
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
I think we're going to walk up now, walk back on 5 Weirs.
Oh yeah,
On Riverknot, so we've
yeah,
done
it's a
around
nice
trip.
loop,
Yeah.
because I work with a group called Blue Loop, and they call that walk the Blue Loop walk, where you start on the canal and go
Yeah.
around.
All right.
So, but yeah, hopefully you'll see more of this along the canal.
Well, it's nice, isn't it?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
fabulous.
I love that. She reminds me of wildflowers and the birds and,
Yeah, we want to try to get this side, get things established this side as well. But what I'd like to do is get more of this all tidy, get the whole area like this, and with some nice picnic benches in, so people can sit and relax. The trouble is we get a lot of antisocial behaviour as well, so it's just trying to combat that.
Yeah, you can do without that, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, because we've created 2 little orchards along but the trees get snapped.
Why?
Yeah, there's no point in it.
I don't know. The first time we did at Cadman, we had literally about 20 trees and about 4 survived. But we replanted some, and so it looks like they're getting established. But and one just past lot 5, we've got 4 trees in there, but one's just been snapped off. And we decided to snap it in half and then just stick it in the ground next to it.
It's senseless, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when you're trying to improve an
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, I don't get it. Just don't get it.
no, I That's something with any city canals you've got to combat. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if you walk now, I mean, it's litter-wise, we're really on top of the litter now. There's more in the
We've
water.
noticed. We commented on that
mentioned
earlier.
didn't we? Coming
Yeah,
down, it was very clean.
Yeah.
and that's nice to see.
Yeah, it's just the tagging graffiti we're having a big issues with.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, it's like I say, I would like to think it's 3 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your info.
Nice to speak to you.
Thanks very much.
See you later.
Bye. We've completed the canal walk, and this is the start of the 5 Weirs walk up the River Don, and that's the Newton Chambers Bridge. Newton Chambers Ironworks, don't think that even exists any longer, and we're going to head in this direction at the side of Meadowhall on my left hand side and do the 5 Weirs. Count them one by one. And I guess that's weir number 1 in going in this direction, because we've not done 100 metres yet, and we come across the first weir. The name of that I don't know, but maybe we'll find out as we get a bit closer. And as I look here, it's appropriately named Hatfield Weir. As I said earlier, this was the site of Dunford Hatfield before Meadowhall was even thought about. So that's Hatfield Weir. So this is the start of the Trans-Pennine Trail, the 5 Weirs walk. I head under this arch just here, and in the distance just there is the Sheffield Forge Masters, and world famous for its forgings, and that's where we used to, where I worked, that's where we had the rolls made for the large plate mills. At one time they were the only place in the world where you could actually get a roll made for a 5 metre. This is weir number 2, or I guess depending on which direction you're walking in, could be weir number 4. And this is at the back side of Forge Masters, and no doubt we'll find out what this weir's called when we get to it, because I can see a sign in front of me. And this is the River Don, and there are 5 rivers that flow into the River Don further upstream. If I can remember the name of them, there's the Sheaf, there's the Porter, there's the Loxley, and this is Brightside Weir. Looks like they're not numbering the weirs, so it could be number 2, it could be number 4. This is salmon pastures that we just walked through. Not so interesting, a little bit overgrown, a lot of undergrowth that couldn't see the river. And this is the best vantage point that we've got here, and we've just done 13 kilometres, and which is just over 8 miles, so we can't be far off getting back to the car now. And then there's another weir in front of us that we're about to go across. I think that Norfolk Bridge, that one, yeah, I think it is Norfolk Bridge, another weir. I think that's the fourth one, so there's another one to go at least before we get back. And this could be a dead end.
Just a viewing point.
It's a viewing point over the weir that we've just been looking at, which is just there. Sheffield, and how peaceful and quiet it really is. It's there's no noise, very little noise at all, as we do this river walk, and yet we're downtown Sheffield. And the bridge that we crossed further down a few minutes ago, that was actually Norfolk Bridge, as we discovered, and it was salmon pastures. There's a few more birds in that direction, and yeah, salmon pastures was named, aptly named, because that's where the salmon used to come up the river many years ago. But when I was a kid, this river was so polluted that the salmon disappeared completely. But thankfully, because things are now being cleared up, the salmon are reappearing, which is great news. So we've now got salmon again, once again, in the River Don. That's Park Hill Flats up there. That was built many years ago, and well known. It was used 20 odd years ago for the World Student Games to house the students. There's the Victoria Hotel in front of us, which we're heading towards, because that's not far from there where we are parked. And this building here, Thomas Ward's, that was a really well-known name many years ago. Tommy Ward's. It looks to me as though Tommy Ward's could still be in production of some kind. There's a CNC sign just there, which is machine tools. So I've got a friend of mine that apparently works here when he left school, that was 40 odd years ago. When I see him, I'll ask him what he did there in those days. I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but you can certainly see that the river is much cleaner than it once was many years ago, when it was highly. Here we are finally at the fifth weir, almost in the centre of town. Yeah, I wonder how they got there. This is the final part of the walk as we go under the bridge here, and we're signing off from what was our most enjoyable walk. We've done near enough 15 kilometres in total on the canal and the 5 weirs, and most enjoyable. This is the final part under the bridge, the Spider's Walk, suspension bridge underneath the main road. But for now, that's all, and get back and we'll edit this and see what we've captured.